Moving on to topic two, let's quickly recap what happened at the State of Play this last Thursday as of recording and then talk about SGF coming up this weekend. Speaking of SGF, Summer Games Fest, or Summer Game Fest, whatever. If you're watching this either in part or in full Friday, we'll be live Friday night doing a live react to Summer Game Fest as well as Day of the Devs. So if you want to chill and chat, see what's being announced, and hang out, pop over there and go over to Twitch. You could either check it out live with us, or obviously the VODs will be up there for a little bit. There's a lot of shows coming up this weekend with the main show, Day of the Devs, Devolver Digital. Yeah, that's what they call it. Humble Showcase, Women-Led Games, many more. We're going to be doing some live reacts. Friday's definitely the day we're going to be doing those two. But then the rest of the weekend's going to be kind of play it as it is, and we'll see. TBD. Play it by year, which is still a stupid saying. No, it's ear. Play it by ear. God, whatever. We'll see. Keep it posted on socials. But anyways, let's talk about that stuff. So, quickly, State of Play, PlayStation, State of Play from Thursday. Short one, 35 minutes. I think they showed 14 game announcements. So we got a little bit more in our first gameplay reveal of Concord, which is going to be a 5v5 competitive player versus player shooter, kind of Overwatch-esque with the different roles and characters, stylized to Guardians of the Galaxy. Seems like these characters are doing some kind of heist with the narrative trailer that we did see. Not what I was looking for. Granted, I don't know if I really took the time to look into Concord and see any information about it. I just remember seeing that little teaser last showcase. I think so. With the spaceship kind of walkthrough trailer. But yeah, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more of a narrative single player experience here, but it seems like the devs have made more multiplayer experiences there. So obviously it makes sense. It could have just been my lack of research into that. Overwatch, a lot of fun, as I talked about on the live stream. Obviously put many of hours into the first one. Second one came out, enjoyed it for a bit, but there wasn't enough new to me that really kept me going. So I haven't played in that in a while, and that kind of gameplay just isn't gravitating towards me right now, or I'm not gravitating towards it, whatever. So a little sad to see that, but hopefully people enjoy it. Seems like they're going to have more narrative stuff. I believe they said week to week, like these narrative trailers to try and build on these characters so you can get invested in them. Cool that they have a backstory and that they're putting the time into making these things. Hopefully people care. I just think that's a weird way to portray it or get it to the player, but yeah. God of War Ragnarok coming out to PC in September, which will have the roguelike DLC Valhalla in tow. We also had Dynasty Warriors returning with Origins. Called that out as it was going jokingly, and that was a fun surprise. Did play a lot of Empires in the Xbox 360 era. Had a good time with that if you just like the hack and slash big giant groups of enemies. Excuse me. That's definitely something for you. We did have a new open world game announced. What the hell was this called? Was it Infinity Nikki? Yes, Infinity Nikki. Boy, this one was weird. Anime, cat, costume, clothing, developer, seamstress thing. I have no idea what this game is going to play like. Games Radar is what I'm looking at right now. They seem to compare it to Pokemon Snap, where you're taking the pictures. You got this little cat buddy who's adorable. You're just going through levels as these anime girls. No idea. Can't really help you there on what that's about, but but yeah, that was shown. We had a new action RPG. Co-op Souls-like shown, Ballad of Antara, coming out in 2025. Tips Work, the studio behind the 2020 action RPG, has revealed Ballad of Antara. Free-to-play 1 to 3 player Souls-like, coming to PlayStation 5 in 2025. PS5 2025. Oof, okay. Visually looks stunning. Didn't really... get too much from this in terms of my excitement. Been jumping into more of the Souls games recently with Another Crab's Treasure and Liza P on stream. So it looks fun. It looks interesting. Just didn't get, like I said, hooks into me fully. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to get excited for stuff when I already know I have this giant backlog, which is weird. I don't know. But we had that announced. Skydance announced Behemoth is coming to PlayStation VR 2 this fall. We had Alien Rogue Incursion? Yeah. Is crawling also to PS VR 2 this holiday. And then another Overwatch is Marvel's Rival? Nope, hold on. Let me see what the actual name is this. Yeah, Marvel Rivals is coming out on PlayStation. I believe July was the open beta. We got character reveals for Venom and Adam Warlock, potentially also Storm. PlayStation gets a PS5 exclusive Spider-Man skin. This one did intrigue me a little bit, and I think it's more just because of the Marvel skin literally on it. Another Overwatch type gameplay with, I believe, 5v5, maybe 4v4. You got the different characters, the different heroes out there. Seems objective-based, capture at this point, do that kind of stuff. So I think I want to at least try it out, but it is just that simple factor of, oh, it's Marvel. It's, other than that, there hasn't been a lot drawing me to it, but we shall see. Time will tell. Where Winds Meet was also announced. Open world martial arts adventure coming to PlayStation 5. I think that one got my attention a little bit, but I don't remember too many details, unfortunately, on it. Until Dawn, we got to see more of that remasters trailer. It's coming to PlayStation 5 and PC this spooky season in fall. Path of Exile 2 kicking off early access later this year. If you like Diablo, this seems like right up your alley. Silent Hill 2, we got to see a gameplay trailer of that as that remake is making progress and will be released also in October. Happy for those Silent Hill fans. We got to see Monster Hunter Wilds trailer showed off, or another one rather. And then our last one, which probably got my attention the most, was Astrobot. Astrobot is getting its new game, PlayStation 5 sequel. I know this was rumored heavily, and a lot of podcasts were talking about it, especially like PlayStation or Trophy Room podcast, and I think Playlog podcast talked about it, and 61 Indie and those guys. So it seems like rumors were very heavy for this game. Clearly came true. I wasn't sure how excited I was going to be in terms of just a solo Astrobot adventure game. I know people loved Rescue Mission. I did not play Rescue Mission. And then with PlayStation 5 having the tech demo for the controller, Astrobot's Playroom. I think that's right, unless that was the VR title. No, it was Playroom. That was a blast and had obviously the cute cameos of the PlayStation 5 characters. That will continue in this game as we got to see Kratos, Aloy, Nathan Drake, Spike from Ape Escape, as well as Parappa the Rapper. I think we saw Ratchet and Clank too. I could be wrong. But yeah, seems like this is going to be a lot of fun. This drops in September. The game will feature 6 galaxies and over 80 levels and will continue a take on heavy advantage of the unique features of the DualSense controller. Some of the new abilities you'll find include an air dash that lets you smash through enemies and objects, and a giant sponge ability that lets you soak up water and grow to massive size. So it looks like goofy fun time. Like I said, I think the thing I'm most looking forward to is just the cameos of the different characters in the Astrobot form. Seems like they'll be involved in the story too, instead of just like little Easter eggs you can find, similar to the PS5 demo, or akin to the PS5 demo. But yeah, Astrobot definitely stole the show for me there, and that is what has my attention. The rest, fine, just not anything up my alley in particular, but happy for those people who are excited for it. So, with State of Play last Thursday, like I said, this kind of kicks off Summer Game Fest and the events coming up this weekend. So, I wanted to talk about, I don't have any, hard predictions of what's going to show up, but just wanted to go over, maybe some stuff that's coming out later this year, or the stuff that's announced in 2025, what I'm hoping to see more of. Across all the shows. I know Xbox also has their show, so I'm sure we'll see some more exclusive stuff there. But let's quickly scroll through the Wikipedia list, see if there's anything here that we do see that is grabbing my attention. So as I'm scrolling through, I know one for sure that I definitely want to see an update on because it's supposed to come out this year after a delay out of last year. But I definitely want to see Plucky Squire. I want to see when... Well, I want to see more of that game, but I also want to know when this game is coming out because that is an instant buy for me. If you guys don't remember Plucky Squire, as we talked about it before on the podcast, it's this very cute storybook art style for like a kid's book. And you're, I don't remember the little dude's name, but you're the Plucky Squire. And you're going through this little adventure, hack and slash, little enemies away, but you go from the 2D art book out into the 3D world of this kid's like bedroom, and you keep popping in between like the 2D, 3D, going through this story and adventure with him. Seems really cute, seems like a fun time. So hopefully we can see and get a release date, probably from the Devolver Direct or Devolver Digital. They'll probably showcase it. I don't know, that could be on the main show as well. We'll have to see. Speaking of Devolver, I know Angerfoot, they're going to be showing more of that they've announced. We had a fun time with that on the Steam Next Fest demo a couple months ago. High-paced action, kind of like Neon White-esque, but not the platforming aspect. It's more you're just kicking your way from level to level, trying to defeat the enemies quickly, not take damage, and get through that. It's goofy, as Devolver tends to pick up a lot of goofy IPs, but good ones. So looking forward to trying that out more. One that I think we talked about ages ago, comes out in July, so I don't know if we'll get an update on it, but Bo, Path of the Teal Lotus. This looks like a very pretty indie. Humble Games is doing this one, but upcoming action-adventure platform game developed by Squid Shock Studios and published by Humble Games. It was at last year's Humble Game Showcase. Okay, cool. It was also showcased at Gamescom February. They announced the release date. But you're this little fox, kind of like, what is that, Okami? Yeah, that kind of stylized wolf dog art. If I remember, this is 2D. This might be 3D. I'm doing a poor job of remembering this title. 2.5D adventure game, but the art style is really what sold this, of like, ooh, I want to check this out. So looking forward to that, but that's July, so I don't know if we'll get any updates there. And that's the tough thing too, with like the more close releases. It's like, how much will they promote those? Will it be things that are coming out more recently, or soon-ish rather, in comparison to like future projects, and get our hype and excitement up for that? For example, like a Black Myth Wukong. Do we need to see it? Do we see another update for that? Cat Quest 3, I know, has been getting some airtime here and there. Do we try and sell a little bit more of our Q4 games that holiday season? We saw Silent 2, obviously, with PlayStation. I don't know if we'll see that again. We will have to see. So I'm not seeing anything here in 2024 other than those few I did mention. So let's move over to 2025, see if there's anything that catches my attention there. I know one that I do want to see more information about, and it might, or will probably be the Xbox Showcase, because I believe it is an exclusive. But the Blade game that is being made... Ooh, what is that studio's name? Of course, why would you even start, Bret, and not even have the information? Marvel's Blade, upcoming action game by Arcane Lion. Yeah. Published by Bethesda. I want to see more of that. Obviously not having a current Xbox, with that being exclusive. Well, it says unknown here on Wikipedia, but it's Wikipedia. Who knows? We presume this is going to be their console exclusive Marvel game. Just looking forward to seeing more of that, seeing how that game, if they're going to show gameplay, what that's about. Also on the same or a similar train, but Marvel's Wolverine from Insomniac. Is Insomniac ready to show anything? I know we had that leak a few months ago, maybe half a year ago, that unfortunately showed gameplay, unfinished stuff from that game. Will the team be ready to show anything there? That one will definitely get me excited, and I'd be ready for that. Sorry, just scrolling through the lists once again. See if there's anything from like down the road type stuff that they've announced. I'm curious if we'll get anything Mortal Kombat related. They are finishing up Mortal Kombat 1's first combat pack. I believe Homelander drops this week, or maybe next week. I think it's this week, for the people who have that early access. So will we see a combat pack 2 of some kind? Time will tell there. I know there's been rumors of like the typical horror type characters making it into it, or making an appearance in some type of fashion. I will say another game that I don't know much about, I just know the comic was very popular, but the TMNT game, The Last Ronin, I'd be intrigued to see what they got brewing up there, see some gameplay from that, or see an actual trailer, because I don't know if we got anything here in terms of a reveal. I think it was just talked about that it's in development. I don't think we've seen any actual reveal, tease, anything like that. So, yeah, third-person action RPG video game adaptation of The Last Ronin is in development by Black Forest Games, with THQ Nordic set to publish. So, I would be excited for that. Once again, just knowing that a lot of people like that story. So, to see it in a more, obviously, playable fashion would be a lot of fun. That could be something interesting to dive into. I highly doubt it. But do you think we see anything from Kingdom Hearts 4? Probably not. I don't know. I don't remember when Kingdom Hearts 4 dropped. Or, sorry, Kingdom Hearts 3 dropped. That was 2020. So, maybe. It's been 4 years. We'll have to see. I'd like for that to happen, but knowing the weird development of the main title games, at least, we'll see. There's always a chance, but it's a rough one. I know there was the giant gap between 2 and 3, but granted, there was a lot of in-between titles with Birth by Sleep, and of course, I'm going to blank on all of them, so why do you even start? Recoded, Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep Point 2. Like, there was those in-between games there. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. 4 years seems like a decent amount of time in between to at least show something, but who knows. And it seems like we'll also be starting a new story arc as Kingdom Hearts 3 finish that one. This will be beginning the Lost Master story arc. Don't even ask me to explain Kingdom Hearts story. It's not that bad, but it is crazy. I will not lie there. So maybe. We'll see. Hades 2. Hades 2 I'd love to see more about, but I know it's in early access right now, so that's one I'm kind of like, I don't think they'll show anything. Like I said, with early access right now, I think there's 2 or 3 areas that players can play through. I haven't checked it out at all. That'll be one I'll patiently wait until it's on PlayStation to dive into and wait for the full release there. Oh, there's a new Bendy game in Gunley? I had no idea. Yeah, it's a tough one to predict, and there's a lot more in the knowledge people, journalists, podcasts, content creators, people who know or dedicate more time to this, that have a little bit more of a finger on the pulse of what's going down, what's going to happen. But yeah, in terms of what I'm looking forward to, like I said, those few titles that we haven't seen much of, I'd like to see. I think Wolverine would be the biggest update, instead of just that teaser that we saw when they originally announced it. That would be huge. Spider-Man 2 DLC, are we going to get any of that? If Insomniac's not ready to show off Wolverine, there's potential. I think the timing works out in comparison to the first game. But yeah, we'll have to see. And then with the, obviously a lot of the other showcases that are going on this weekend with like wholesome games, there's a lot of indie titles that I know nothing about, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of great cozy games and fun indies that are shown during Humble Showcase and Day of the Devs. So just excited to learn more about those, or maybe see follow-ups from things that we played at PAX East, or even Steam Next Fest, see what's got the momentum behind it, what's coming out soon, and just excited for new stuff, see all the cool things that people are working on. So that's going to wrap up for today's episode of the podcast. My name is Bret, aka Enigma9011, and you can catch this podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011. You can drop a follow over there. You'll get notified, and you can join the fun and conversation with us. But if you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. Go over to YouTube and podcast services the very next week, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video and MP3 for your amusement on the following Friday. Last but not least, any way you can support the show, likes, shares, reviews, whatever it is. It may seem small, but if you can do that, it may seem small, but it does help the channel grow. So if you take the time to do that, we would love and appreciate you for it. Remember, guys, if you're watching topic 2, either the day it releases separately or the full podcast right now, tonight, Friday, whatever, we will be live reacting to Summer Game Fest along with Day of the Devs. So if you want to join us in chat, just hop over on Twitch. We'll be there. I believe it starts at 5 p.m. Eastern. You can join us over there. See what game reveals there are. We can all get excited together or go, that's weird. But that's happening. Appreciate you guys hanging out, giving this a watch, giving it a listen. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.